Alright everybody, in the middle of the whole drama about the new Battle Pass, Gaijin announced something else last week that most of the players seem to miss. In the past few months, I've been constantly crying about the state of the game both in top tier air battles and regular ground battle games being bland as hell. In the previous videos I made the argument about how 32-player games are hurting the quality of the matches. And on top of that, the fact that some game modes like Battle and Conquest are not optimized for ground battles at all. But the most important problem right now being the state of the real-time gameplay itself. We argue that Gaijin is rapidly running out of content and sooner or later they need to start putting more emphasis on the gameplay itself. I won't be repeating the same arguments for the sake of originality of content. Instead, I'm gonna link it to you guys over the video and in the comment section. If you've had any problem understanding the reasoning behind it, it's better that you watch those very short videos to understand where I'm coming from. Alright, last week Gaijin came out announcing that they're adding a new feature to the game, the ability for some classes or vehicles to construct objects. If you have played games like a Squad or Foxhole, you're probably gonna have a better idea of how these things are going to be like. Let me say this. This is an amazing news. Not because it's gonna be game changing, but because it shows that Gaijin is actually taking the steps to immortalize this game beyond this whole new vehicles or nations to grind kind of approach. Warthunder has a great potential to be praised and loved for the game it is, instead of this eternal grind that turns people off after reaching a certain amount of progression. Now we still don't know which vehicle is gonna have these features, or if it's gonna be limited to a certain class of vehicles, just like recon drones, or it will be more like a hand-picked scenario. In my opinion, it's much better to go with the hand-picked way, because if we are to limit these features to, for example, light vehicles, it's gonna be a little bit too imbalanced. They already have drones, have the ability to use artillery, and a lot of them have different features like ATGMs or IRST locks as well. So I think it would be better to give this ability to heavy tanks, tank destroyers, and some of the light vehicles, to sort of balance the content for every vehicle class. And Gaijin, for fuck's sake, let players earn scores for using drones and this upcoming feature. That is the only way you can further balance these mechanics, because your player base is just fixated on earning scores and grinding. Hopefully the player base understands this greatest step towards making the game better and give enough positive feedback to Gaijin. Because let's face it, this game is free to play and pay to progress, so naturally the majority of feedback is going to be negative. And a lot of this negative feedback is essentially drowned in the voices of people who constantly complain about the stuff that doesn't really fucking matter. So it is important for us to shift our focus on things that actually matter and makes this game better in the process. Now about the whole Battle Pass thing. During the last week, people started complaining about the rewards for the new Battle Pass and the fact that it doesn't worth it. Some of you already know my take about Battle Passes in other games and Warthunder in comparison to those games. But for those who don't know, this whole mechanic began with Fortnite, and unfortunately it spilled over other games in a short period of time. The main goal of Battle Pass systems is to make you pay a relatively small price in order to have the potential of unlocking more rewards. It is designed to plant a fear of missing out and a short-term sunk cost fallacy in the players in order to keep them engaged and coming back to the game for a false or true sense of progression. Now I say true or false because if you understand everything that I just said about this mechanic, it is absolutely your right to buy it and enjoy it. Personally, I will not buy this Battle Pass, and I think the best way for the player base is to speak with their money. If you don't like the rewards, then don't buy it. The loudest message to Gaijin will be lower income money coming from the Battle Pass. And the funny thing is, there is actually a correlation with my argument for Gaijin rapidly running out of content and the rewards of this Battle Pass. Gaijin simply cannot afford giving special vehicles away for too long. So my suggestion to Gaijin is, instead of giving really rare and good vehicles as rewards, maybe try to increase other rewards of the Battle Pass. Maybe add another 10-day premium in the middle. Maybe give more silver lines or better decals and camouflage cases.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So overall, I think players need to keep themselves updated and informed, and be more united, I suppose. Try to give more feedback to Gaijin instead of just calling them names and quitting the game. This is our game as much as it's theirs. So feel free to talk shit about Gaijin for the things they do wrong, but please give them credit whenever they do something right. Alright, that's it for today everybody. Our membership and Patreon is now live, so if you like this type of content, be sure to support us. Thanks for watching, and be seeing you.